You're still watching Morning Live. Now, Andile Cele, affectionately known as ScotchisDope in the streets of Jozi, is a self-taught multimedia artist and has worked in the fashion industry, both in here in Africa and Europe, with the biggest red carpet event. I think they call it black carpet now, the events to start off the year happening in a week's time, the Metro FM Awards. Now, he joins us now to share advice on the do's and don'ts for 2017 glam, glitz and glam ceremony. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Live. How are you doing?
I'm good, Lebo.
I'm good, thank you. All right, let's talk about what's the trend this year? What are the red carpet trends? We saw the Grammys I think it was last week.
Last week, yes.
Last week, where we saw, the likes of Adele in a green long dress.
Yeah.
Beyonce also was out there as well. But I see the long dress.
Yeah.
Is it flowy dresses? Is that where the trends are going?
Well, it's like it's award shows, So you gotta be in evening wear. You gotta take that time to find something that works for you. So especially for award shows, it's a very big event. It's one of those few events where you can show off that side of your fashion versatility.
Yeah. The do's. It's sort of the first big event on the South African calendar. What do celebrities not do heading into something as big as the Metros?
Well, I think don't wear things that are too baggy. You gotta get stuff that's fitted for you and stuff that actually works for you. You know what I mean? So there's no really specific do's and don'ts, because when you're a celebrity in that level, you can always start something new. You can always introduce. And also the Metro Awards now is the first event. So if you're trying to make a statement in fashion, you can always try and introduce something, but you must get a strong look that you go for and you try and execute to the highest level.
Well, what is a strong look, though? And let's bring it back to South Africa and Africa as a whole. What is trending at the moment?
For me, it's things that we have here at home. I mean, it's like African print is very important. But I mean, as the past couple of years where you go bold with it, I think this time around you try and you use it in a subtle way, where you find different places where you can place it, or try and find ways to reinvent it. So African print has always been something that we're doing, but also a lot of European and American fashion houses, they're starting to take over that part of our culture or heritage. So we gotta own it because it belongs to us. Nobody can do it better than we do it.
And I suppose, I think the worst thing you can do, and in this industry, is repeat a dress. I mean, we've seen it happen, that it is painful for anybody.
Yeah. I mean, it's very, very difficult especially for celebrities, you're playing in that field where you're being watched, you're being photographed, you're on Instagram, you're on TV, people, so it's very difficult as a celebrity to repeat things, so you gotta invest in yourself to say that you are a celebrity, because you're playing in that field. So you can't repeat looks, And
it must be tough, though. I mean, I remember, I think it was Boiti, it was last year, where she had that wardrobe malfunction with the blue dress, and everybody thought it was zooming in on, the capital city. But I mean, it's just one of those things, I suppose, that you can't predict how the industry is going to receive it.
Well, I mean, there's no bad press. I mean, if you there, I mean, sometimes malfunctions, wardrobe malfunctions, they instigated by particular people just to get that extra press, because also when there's so many people around and there's so many things happening, how do you shine? And fashion and doing stuff that's overboard, it gives you that opportunity, because you're there for the red carpet for maybe a minute.
Yeah.
How do you create enough buzz in that minute? It's usually by how you dress, or what happens when you dressed in that particular item. It's usually around those things. So
who are you looking forward to seeing on the black carpet? And fashion.
In fashion, I mean, for me, it's the guys. I mean, it's the guys that we're going to come up with in terms of fashion. So, Ricky, I'm looking at seeing Casper, aka Okemalumko Cats. I mean, those guys, because they always are Scoop Makatini. Yeah. They're always trying to push the boundaries of fashion. And I mean, it's difficult for guys as well. Because if you look at guys, they expect you to come in a suit.
Yeah.
But how do you play around in that suit now? How do you make it look fresh? How do you make it... For girls, I mean, it's very, very wide. But also, I mean, like the boy tees, the minis, how do they push the trends? You know what I mean? Loot Love, last time she looked really dope. I mean, like Reason, all those people. I mean, they're always trying to push boundaries because they're talking to the kids and they're always trying to explore different new ideas and try and influence. No safeness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what do you think is going to be the trend that stands out throughout 2017? We're looking at it now. It's only, yes, the beginning of the year, but what are you excited about for 2017?
It's customization, you know. It's like using existing products, but how do you tell your story using those existing products? I mean, also, like I said in the beginning, it's that African print. How do we reinvent it now in a more cooler way, in a more like, if you walk in the streets where it's not too loud, but you can see that this guy is from Africa, this guy is from South Africa. Because now, also, like as a whole, the world has become so small where internet has made the world small. So people see you everywhere. But now, how do we tell our stories as Black Africans, as people that come from this continent to influence the world? Because we're in that state now. We can.
All right, Andile, thank you so much.
No, thank you for having me.
Andile Cele, giving advice on what you shouldn't do or what you should do on the red carpet. African print. That's what's come out of that conversation. All right, let's take a quick ad break. We'll give you the news.